A portion of this podcast is brought to you by my friends at Garage Door Service and Sales, garagedoorserviceandsales.com. Whether you're looking to get something fixed or maybe you want something brand new, they have so many different kinds of models that are available. Whether you're looking for a small job like just your house or a big job, like maybe you're in construction and you need a lot. My parents own an indoor storage facility and they had brand new garage doors for each of their stalls put in with the little push pad and the little clicker. And it's just so cool. And it's great for their clients. And they've just gotten rave reviews about it. And that's the difference that a good garage door will make in your life. If you've got a good garage door and the technology, it just can't be beat. Like, say you're laying in bed and you forgot to close your garage door. Most of us would wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I can't believe our bikes are still here. But when it comes to Garage Door Service Sales, they have the technology where they will send you a text. You will get a text and it will say, close your garage door. And you don't even have to get up out of bed, you guys. All you have to do is push a button on your phone and it controls your garage door. Say you're out of the state and somebody needs to get into the garage or go into the house. All you have to do is push that same button. The technology is so cool and they're just coming up with more and more of it. It's garagedoorserviceandsales.com. Garage Door Service and Sales, a proud sponsor of the podcast.
I'm going to say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Let's talk about marriage.
They have like a 2-second rebound rate and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
Parenting. Oh my gosh.
They have sucked the pretty right out of me. They treat me like it, and I do their laundry. Lucky me.
Sex.
I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Scary stuff like ghosts. I know it's totally out of left field, but just go with me on this.
Boo, you whore.
Love.
I give you what you need. That's all. I'm talking about taking care of each other the best you can. What's wrong with taking care of a woman? She takes care of you.
Friendships.
We get our necklace says best friends forever.
Actually, we want it to say forever. I don't think you guys will be best friends forever, no offense. But sometimes you grow apart, and maybe she'll find a new best friend. They end up doing everything together.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the podcast. It is Thursday. Unless you're not listening to this in real time, then just ignore the fact that I told you the day of the week, which you really shouldn't do. You shouldn't do that because I guess it confuses people. I was reading about that with podcasting. You shouldn't use dates or days. And I think that's odd.
Well, you have a daily podcast, so people get on a routine and probably listen to it daily. But don't your numbers build up? Like, you have a certain amount of people that listen during the day, and then throughout the month.
Yeah, it continues. It grows. Yeah,
absolutely, on that episode. So,
yeah.
I don't think, half the people are going to listen on Thursday?
Who's to say?
Sure.
You know what? I'm mad at myself because I've been this is so not super interesting, but it is to me. This is what's going on in my life. I'm trying to grow my nails out. I have the most brittle, shitty, beat up nails. And I was just, while you were talking, I was picking at my nails. And now I'm never going to have the beautiful hands that I dream of because I have sausage fingers.
I think your hands are beautiful.
Well, you feel like you have to say that.
No. You're gorgeous hands.
No, you're not. You told me that when Murphy came out of me, the first thing you checked was if her hands and feet looked like mine.
I did say that. Okay, I did say that.
I don't want to hear any of this.
But that's not what I actually did. I just, a couple hours in, I was like, all right, how are the hands and feet? Are they Kaler hands and feet, or are they young hands and feet? Thank God they're young hands and feet.
Yeah, it is weird. My whole family, we have like the tiniest toes and fingers. They're so tiny. But you know what? I have a huge forehead. I have like a God.
I don't really think so. I mean, let me tell you.
Listen to you, full of compliments tonight.
Listen to me. I love you to death, and I think you're the most attractive woman that's ever lived.
Oh my God.
That being said, you have ugly feet. But I don't think anything of your forehead at all.
Really?
Never.
Sometimes I look and I think, damn, you could land a plane on that thing. And maybe that's just me.
Sure.
Just being a little critical of myself. But I also will put my hand up on my forehead and I can fit all 5 fingers.
Everyone can.
No.
Everyone can.
Do it right now.
Okay. So put your hands together, your fingers together.
Okay. No, you're up in the hairline.
No,
You're up
I'm
in the
not. It's right
yes,
there.
you are.
It's on. See?
No. Anyway,
Okay.
let's move past this topic because I've got a ditty
Can
update.
we to the end, please?
Listen,
if you want me engaged, then leave it to the end.
Okay, we actually got feedback where somebody told us, please actually do a Diddy update, do a Blake Lively update because
I'm fine with it, but leave it to the end.
No,
You're going to lose me. You're going to lose me.
Are you serious? You're like a toddler. We can't
Yes.
just knock it out.
Okay, go ahead. Fine.
Okay.
I'll be over here.
Now, if you don't recall, yesterday we learned that Diddy was into some freaky shit. Like he loves the TV show Dateline NBC. I guess when I think of that show, I don't think hot and steamy, but P. Diddy totally did. And so we found out in court that he would like to sexually act out Dateline NBC. Okay. Which is, I don't even know how you would do that. How would you do like any other show? I feel like I could understand how you would act out in a sexual manner, like Grey's Anatomy. Well, they pretty much do it for you, but you know what I'm talking about. To where Dateline, that's so messed up because it's talking about people's murders. What a sicko. Well, today in court, an ex-girlfriend, only going by the name of Jane Doe, she testified against P. Diddy, and she said that that's my drum. That's my drums.
Mm-hmm.
He used rhino erection pills for hours of foreplay. What are your thoughts? Go. You're up.
Do you think that P. Diddy is sitting there enjoying people? Because these are his kinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's got a...
So do you think, I know, sure, God, as different as they could be. Do you think he's sitting there enjoying this or like
What's
hating
weird to me is that his family is showing up. So they like all his children, his mother, who allegedly a few updates ago, I told you, somebody testified that the mom is fully involved in these freak offs. She could be getting down and dirty herself. I don't know, allegedly, but apparently she was involved in this. So it's odd to me that she's sitting in the courtroom. Like, what is this all about? What are you doing, you freako? So anyway, I'm trying to stay pretty neutral, but every day and these aren't like little random silly things. Dude used rhino erection drugs, a rhinoceros.
Do you ever wonder how are we together? Because we are so different.
Oh yeah. I wonder that all the time.
Because as you're sitting here just laughing to yourself over P. Diddy. And I just, also, we were just downstairs and you wanted to play a new game that you got.
I did. Yes.
What was it? Was it scary movie trivia or something like that?
It is. I love scary movies. I'm such a
you
dorcas.
were banging them out. Like I never even heard of these things. And you were I think you were like 95% of just answering scary movie trivia. And it wasn't like, Jason and Freddy stuff. It was deep cuts.
It was deep. We're talking deep loser cuts for me.
And you were nailing them. And I've never heard of them before. But when we play Trivial Pursuit,
I know.
You just could not be less interested.
Now, here's the deal.
Yeah.
With Trivial Pursuit, it's real questions. Like I have to be interested in something.
Sure.
And I'm just not interested in world geography. Like,
yeah.
I don't know anything about.
That's one of them. Is geography one of the Trivial Pursuit? I think so. It's one of the 6, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. But I'm just not into it. And so, when we do play Trivial Pursuit, we play the kids edition.
No, we do not. We have the kids and adult version, and you can take your choice of which one you want to do. Well, I
choose kids every time. I choose kids. I think everybody else chooses adults, and sometimes I still get in last place, and I think, well, ain't that some shit? But
literally with whatchamacallit?
Scary movies.
Mm-hmm. It was almost like you knew the answers. Like you had the questions to the test.
Yeah. I had the answer key.
It very much seemed like that.
You know how you love to watch certain things over and over and over again?
Yeah.
I love to watch scary movies. If it is a Saturday night, I'm going to paint a picture for you. It's a Saturday night and I am not doing anything because I'm a loser and you're gone. Maybe you, Ryan, are out with some friends having some drinks, talking about fishing or whatever.
Yep. That's what we talk about.
Anyway, I'm trying to remember where I began with this.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it slips.
You watch scary movies when you're alone.
Oh,
There
yes.
you go.
Thank you. That's what I'm getting at is I will turn on a scary movie that I've seen like 100 times. Isn't that weird because I'm alone and you think I'd be scared, but I'm just not scared. And B, these movies are almost like comfort movies for me where I get really comfortable and I'm like, let's relax. It must be the same kind of situation when ladies like to watch, including myself, like Forensic Files or Snapped. They like watching these shows. There's something comforting about them. And it's not about the murder. I don't know why, but I will get on a Forensic Files. Now I'm talking the old one. I don't like Forensic Files Part 2. Mm-hmm. That's a waste of space. But you get number one, the narrator is so freaky.
If you're not careful and you no-clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the back rooms where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet.
And if you look him up, his name is Peter Thomas. If you look him up, he is exactly what you think he looks like. I love those shows.
But here are two topics that with the P. Diddy thing and the scary movie things that I kind of just zoned out for a little bit. You just kept talking.
Yeah.
Just because they're...
You're the one that brought up the scary movie
But no,
thing.
we have such different interests is what I was saying.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. We absolutely have much different interests. But again, we got feedback. People do want to hear now and then a little more... What the fridge? A little bit more about the P. Diddy thing.
Yeah.
So we need to keep the listeners in on the decision making.
Okay.
No, it was my sister. She's the one that said
okay.
it. Ryan, would you say it's time for me to get a trim in my hair? Like, have you looked at it and been like, damn, you look raggedy?
No, if anything, I've looked at it and been like, damn, she looks good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I look in the mirror, I see that my roots have grown out. I see I have split ends. That is so nice of you to say, though. I'm just going to digress. How sweet of you. But I don't know. I look at myself in a different way, and I'm a little bit more critical. I know that my hair could be in such better shape. I know it. But I need that professional help of Christiana Salon Spa to kind of guide me. What products do I need? How do I brush my hair the correct way? Curling it, you're such not a girl, Sadie. Let's show you how to do it. They are always so great, and you're going to get just amazing customer service there. So go see my friend Chris at Christiana Salon Spa. Obviously, she's the owner if you didn't put that together. And keep listening here to the podcast because we are giving away gift certificates to Christiana Salon Spa. Christiana Salon Spa, a proud sponsor of the podcast. Well, first of all, I want to, I think, get some of those underwear that makes it look like you have a butt because I have just given up on even trying to have one. And by giving up, I mean I haven't even tried to do any of the squats. I just every day wake up and think, my God, you know what I look like? I look like Gru from the Minions, where it's just like it's big up top. And then as it goes down, it gets skinnier and skinnier and skinnier because, you know, he doesn't have a butt. And that's how I feel. So what are your thoughts on me getting those underwears with the padding on it? So I look like Kim Kardashian. Go.
We operate in completely different circles. I've never even heard of that being a thing.
Really? Okay. Can I also blow your mind and tell you, and this is one of the sponsors of the podcast, Chris from Christiana Salon Spa. She bought one of those bras. They make bras where it looks like you're nipping out. it has like little bumps that are so.
Can I tell you that girls dress for girls and guys work out for guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think that guys really care about, oh, look, she's nipping out. Like, it's not a big
You don't
thing.
think it's a thing if a girl nips out?
It's not. It's kind of creepy if I say, oh, look at that. She's nipping out and it's attractive. Like,
I'm
it's
incredibly turned on.
Yeah. No, I think girls do that for girls.
Yeah, I think you're right. Girls dress for girls. And I don't know what boys do, but
guys work out for guys, like not in like a homoerotic way, but like as in like oh God, that guy's arms. God, those arms are great. I want those arms. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. But I think in girls, let me ask you this.
Okay.
You're dressed up for that night. We're going out for dinner.
I'm wearing my big butt underwear.
Big booty underwear.
And my nipping out bra.
Sure.
I'm set.
You get a compliment, not from your husband, not from anybody that you know. There is a random girl and a random guy that give you a compliment. Which one are you more impressed by?
The girl.
100%.
100%, because I think guys, that's just lip service where they're like, you look nice tonight. It may be true, but I think that men are just programmed to, to say those things, and there have been times where I know I don't look good and you have said, oh, you look nice, which is very sweet. But I also know that you're a lying bastard because I don't look good.
See, that's the difference. I think you look good almost every single minute.
Almost. This is one of those moments that fell between the almost. Do you see also how women cannot be pleased?
Let me just tell you that there are times where you're what I would call sometimes a hard sleeper. And sometimes you come down for a morning coffee and look like you've been through some sort of war with the bed.
Yeah. I'm also an ugly sleeper. Like I always want to, not that this matters because I'm sleeping, but anyone who's ever taken a picture of me sleeping, which is something Ryan thinks is hilarious to do. Yep. I am the fuggliest sleeper. I've got like triple chin and my mouth is always open. I don't understand movies where, okay, here's one of the things I don't understand about movies, that a woman would wake up and she would have it. She looks beautiful. Okay. Her hair is messy, but in like a sexy way. And she wakes up in the morning and, she looks like she has makeup on, just minimal, but still she looks gorgeous. And then another thing that's weird about movies is then they kiss, like if it's like they slept together the night. And I always think, ew, aren't you concerned about like morning breath and that kind of stuff? Don't you think that's weird though, when people have, I guess I'm not a morning sex person. And so the whole thing is kind of strange to me.
Yeah. You have to go through like your process.
I sure do. And I think you should appreciate the fact that I go through and make sure everything is set to go.
In the morning, you're like, okay, got to brush my teeth, but you'll give me a hug in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I just think that that's really odd. And I keep seeing ads. Probably I'm going to see even more ads because I talked about this for the underwear with the giant ass that's built in. And I'm like, this is where we're at now. There was once a time in history where you didn't want a giant butt. You wanted a tiny butt. Do you know that there was a time in history where if you were fat, that was very attractive to people because it meant that you were able to afford food, and that meant you were probably wealthy. And so the fatter you were, the more sexy you were. And isn't that strange that things twist and turn and change, because nobody watches My 600-Pound Life or 1,000-Pound Sisters and says, God dang it. Which I have to tell you, Ryan, who doesn't watch 1,000-Pound Sisters, but just give me a second here. Yeah. One of the sisters lost so much weight, and on her forehead, she had a big bump on her forehead of fat. I didn't even know you could get fat there, but wow. And she lost it. And one of the parts of her body she lost the weight was her forehead. Did you know that you could get a giant forehead fat roll?
think you can get fat anywhere, right?
I didn't think you could get it in your forehead because in my mind, that's like against a bone. It's not like a meaty area. So I was just reminiscing about one of our first dates that we ever went on. We went and saw Benjamin Button.
I don't even think it was a date.
No, I don't think it was either. I thought it was a date, and I was wearing my nipply bra and nothing. I got nothing. He was like, "See a friend" at the end of the night.
I think I high-fived you at the end of it.
And I was like, "Oh, I hope he didn't notice I'm wearing butt padding." But what are your thoughts on going to the movies alone? Because I was just reading an article that says 64% of people have never gone to a movie alone. And I think that that's really interesting because I have gone to movies alone. Have you ever gone to a movie? How do I not know this? Have you ever gone to a movie alone?
Yeah, I've gone to a movie alone. You know, I think it's a pretty good way to see a movie besides a comedy. And I was thinking about this actually last night. So you were in bed last night. And,
naturally.
Of course, and sleeping. And I tend to stay up a little bit later than you. And so we were talking about that comedian that we like, Tom Segura.
Yes.
Right? And I've never seen his special. I've seen enough of the clips on social media that I thought I have seen his special pretty much. But I watched the entire special, start to finish. And I was laughing, like it hurt laughing. And I was like, well, this is stupid. I'm just sitting here laughing by myself. And I thought, I'll watch a drama by myself. I'll watch some documentary by myself. I'll listen to music by myself. But when it's a comedy and I'm laughing by myself, I'm like, what a loser.
Really?
I feel like a loser right now.
I guess I've never gone to a comedy movie. I've gone to scary movies before.
Would you go to a comedy show by yourself?
No.
See?
I'd be scared the comedian would call me out and be like, "Hey, loser, for table for one." And I'd be like, "Yeah, that's me.
I'm here."
That's always a fear of mine. We love going to comedy shows, but when you go to those tiny places where they have comedians, I always have this fear they're going to call me out and be like, "Hey, ugly lady," like they did on Professor. What was that? You're not going to know that Eddie Murphy movie, Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes to the club and the guy makes fun of him. That made my heart hurt.
I forgot about that. He was on a date.
Yeah, I know. With Jada Pinkett Smith before she went off the deep end.
Was that Jada Pinkett Smith?
I believe so. Yeah.
I'm going to look that up. But
I'm never going to watch that movie ever again. So whatever my memory is, that's just what we got to stick with.
Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, no, I was thinking about that. Like, going to a comedy by myself, I can see how that'd be cathartic, but I don't know. I would feel like much more of a loser than going to watch any other genre by myself.
Okay, wait. Comedy or like a Marvel movie?
I bet you 70% of the people that go to Marvel movies are by themselves.
That's not true.
I'm kidding.
I would be more embarrassed to go to like a Marvel or Star Wars movie by myself.
No.
Than a comedy.
Comedy, I don't know what it is. It just is like, and I thought about that literally. It's funny you're bringing this up because last night when I was watching Segura and I'm sitting there and just like, it just hurt. You know, when they just get rolling and you just like, I can't stop laughing.
That's the best.
It's the best. And I was like, I'm alone. This is weird. I'm laughing alone.
Because I'm sleeping upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what time was it?
9 o'clock.
Oh yeah, no, I've already been sleeping. You gotta get your rest. How late did you come to bed last night?
Probably about 10:25.
That's so late to me. I don't know what's wrong with me.
When it's time to go to bed, you know what it is? I have been conditioned because for so long you worked where you got up at like 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And so you were in bed earlier. And so we didn't have that hangout time in the evening. You were asleep earlier.
Yeah.
For so long when you did a morning show that I am conditioned that I am going to come up to bed and lay down when it is time to go to bed. And so now when I lay down, it's a trigger. I'm done. I'm out.
See, do you wake up at all at night?
Very rarely.
See, I wake up. You don't want to hear something weird. I wake up at the same time every night. And I look at the clock and it's either 3 a.m. or right before it, like 2:58. Always at the exact same time. I don't know why. And then I lay there and then I go back to bed by around 3:15, 3:30. But why am I waking? I'm scared if I ask like a psychic or something, they're going to be like, that's a sign.
Don't ask a psychic, ask a doctor.
No, a doctor's not going to know. They're going to be like, oh, you're in premenopause or some weird stuff.
Just go to like Huberman's AI bot and ask him why, and he'll tell you.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I think it's more of like a supernatural thing. Like maybe in the future,
that's probably correct.
Let me finish my supernatural.
You know what? You're right. There's probably not a scientific reason for this. There's probably something that has to do with the alignment of the planets and crystals.
Every night I wake up at 3 a.m. every night. That is not a medical thing. That is a crystal.
Oh, you know why?
Huh?
Because Neptune is on its 17 and a half degree axis.
Stop it. I went to a healer. I'm going to call him a healer because he gave me some crystals. I know this sounds insane, but my whole family is totally gotten into this. And I'm getting into this too, because you get to a point in life where you're like, well, what the hell? What's it going to hurt? But do you know what it is to have a Reiki treatment done?
No.
Oh my gosh. So you lay on a table and they go over your body with their hands. I've never had this done, but I've talked to my friend about it. She had it done.
Does your friend rhyme with Sadie?
No, it's not my sister Katie.
No, I'm just saying.
No. It's actually a friend. Yeah. And you go and you lay down on a table, and then on this table they go over your body with their hands, and they clean out any chakras that are clogged, like a clogged toilet. You don't want your toilet clogged. You don't want your chakras clogged.
What's a chakra?
It's just like points in your body. And I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but I know I really want to get this done. So if anyone is listening that has a person that they get this done, or maybe you think it's silly, but again, I think, what are you going to hurt if you go and try it? And that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you for listening. Be sure, if you wouldn't mind, going on and leaving a review, whether you're listening on Apple or Spotify or Podbean, wherever you get your favorite podcasts, and wherever you're listening to this one. It doesn't have to be your favorite, but if you leave me a review, I might send you $1. That's the deal I'm going to make. You leave a review and I will send you I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't say that.
I don't think I could say that.
You don't say that, because then people will be like, she said it. She said it.
You're right. I can't send you $1. But thank you to everybody who has gone on. If I hit a certain number, I didn't know this, but then I did a little research. If I hit a certain number of comments, it pushes the podcast out to a wider audience. And so every review, every star that is left, every little comment that is left, it is just so important. And again, so grateful for everyone who has gone on. If you haven't done that yet, I'd surely appreciate it. Have a good day. And I love you. Ooh, and tomorrow is the weekly roundup. Thanks so much for listening to today's episode of the podcast, reminding you to give my friends at Polar Bear Plumbing, Heating, and Air a call to have them check out your AC unit before it really starts cooking around here. And if you're like me, you're saying, when will that day ever come? But it'll be here before you know it. And you don't want to be miserable. You don't want the kids complaining. It's just the worst when these things break down. So why not be preemptive and get a check done? That's what we did. We had them come out. They did a complete system checkup. They changed all the filters. And now we know that we are going to make it through the summer and it's going to be running like a top. We're all going to be comfortable. Give them a call today. If you don't have a unit, there are rebates, there are deals. They're always the best when it comes to Polar Bear Plumbing, Heating, and Air. So why not go onto their website, polarbearpha.com. That's polarbearpha.com. It's a proud sponsor of the Sadie and Friends podcast, Polar Bear Plumbing, Heating, and Air. I said that backwards. You know what I mean.